guys? Welcome to another episode of the Coyote Stats Show. I am Phil Morgan. I am one of your hosts, and we are going to be recording today for you episode number 1. And that's because last week
we had episode number 0. I'm Blake Grundy. If you didn't catch that episode, we talked about all of the stats that would get our Coyotes some stickers up on a football helmet. And I tell you what, Phil, we've got some stacks.
We do,
and we've got some stickers to hand out.
Hey, listen, before we jump into that, like anything else, our prequel set the stage. Like any good show, we had a prequel, our episode 0. Now we're going to jump into episode 1. And I guess just before we jump into that, just a little bit for you guys, so you know, Blake and I both work for Pin Oaks Christian Fellowship. That's the sponsor of this show. We're excited to be able to do this, to be a part of our community in this way. Excited to be able to shout out these students and these athletes for their contribution on the field, and so we're pretty proud to get to do this.
Yes,
it brings us a lot of joy, and I hope you guys enjoy it, families, friends. I hope you'll share the word, and once they share their word, what should they do?
Well, so sharing the word is going to help, but if you guys will go and like, comment, subscribe to this video, to our channel, leave a comment on there. Who are you watching for? Who are you supporting? What player were you excited to see get a shout out this week? All of that helps to make sure that other people that want to see it, like you, are able to find it. And so that's a big deal for us. Like, comment, subscribe on the video, turn those notifications on so that you get the alert of when a new video posts each week.
Yep, because you just never know when. I got to do the edit.
We do.
I got to do the edit.
We got to get the edit in, but it'll come out before the next game ever comes up. But hey, look, that's enough of our blabbering, Phil. Let's get to the kids. Let's talk about offensive stats.
The quarterback is where we need to start, and so right off the bat, Zai's gonna lead us off with a sticker. And listen, from a game perspective, it was their first one out of the gate, right? There's a lot of nerves in a first game, but great competitors rise above that, right? They learn, they grow, and it was fun for me to see. I saw our quarterback change from first half to second half. I saw him grow up a little bit. I saw him kind of get his feet underneath him. I felt like he made some strides, and I think that's really cool. Like that's some of the most, I think, incredible things to watch when we watch any kind of sport, is a kid grow right in front of your eyes.
For sure. I mean, and it even like first series to second series to you saw him get more comfortable as the game went along, and I mean, like, the exciting thing is this kid is a sophomore.
I know. I'm so excited for him.
And Zai's got a bright future for sure, because I think he's also a grinder. Like that dude is working hard for sure. Yeah. And so he did some cool stuff in the air, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, overall, a pretty good day. 242 yards in the air, which is nothing to nothing to be disappointed in. I think with an average of 15 plus yards, per completion, that's a direction you want to be in. That's a good direction in terms of completions. And then the big news, the sticker, comes because of his touchdowns. So 3 touchdowns. It's a 2+ touchdown day. So Zai, we're going to put you on the board. In fact, the board is going to be at the tailgate. People will be able to see it every single week.
Yes.
If you want to come out and check out the board, come do that. But Zai, this one's for you, buddy. Good job, man. Great first start.
So the cool thing about Zai is he brings an element we haven't really had the last few years from our quarterback position, is he brings that dual threat capability. He can light you up through the air, but that kid can also move. He is quick, and he decided to take off a few times. Listen to this stat line of him rushing, because Zai, your next 2 stickers are going to come for your rushing statistics. He had 11 carries. He ran the ball 11 times out of the backfield. Some of those were designed runs. Some of those were him just improvising and say, "I'm going to take off and I'm going to get some positive yardage here." Some of the
most crazy moments, and yet some of the most impactful moments, right? Yes. Beautiful moments, like to see what he did in the open field was really fun to watch. But I'm not going to lie. There were times I'm like, oh, if I had hair,
get down.
You're right.
Get down.
If I had hair, I would have pulled my hair out. I should have maybe pulled
some of those runs were almost one of those. No. Yes. Look, 11 carries, Zai, for 111 yards.
Big day.
Dude, you had a long of 52. You ripped off a 52-yard run, and you got a touchdown. So you're getting a sticker for your 111 yards.
He was one guy away from getting it to the house.
Yes.
He was one guy away on that one.
And then you're getting a sticker for the Tutty.
Yep.
That's 3 stickers on the day for our sophomore quarterback, Zy Williams. We are proud of you, man. You grew as the game went along. I know you're going to grow all season, but dude, like you started off with a bang, and you brought an element to our offense that we haven't seen from the quarterback position in a couple of years. And look, we've had some good quarterbacks the last couple of years, but that rushing element is such a dynamic addition to the offense.
It is really explosive. It's fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. What I loved is, and I've been talking about this over the last few weeks, is this idea of learning to succeed where you bleed. You know, in a moment of difficulty, you know, are you the kind of person who will succeed, find a way to succeed or not? We're all going to have difficulty. We're all going to get knocked in the mouth, right? We're all going to get knocked down. We're all going to have moments we wish we could have back. Are you the kind of person that will step up and learn and grow and get better? I think Zy's starting to prove that a little bit, and I hope he continues to build on that because it was a lot of fun to watch. But he wasn't the only one with a rushing touchdown.
No, he was
not.
not.
And listen, when have we ever called Abram Greer for a rushing touchdown? This might be the first for us. Now, I know when he was a kid he played. He was in the backfield a lot. I know he played some running back then. But now, number 42, listen, I've said it. And I don't know that we know each other that well yet. I've got some friendships with some of these guys on the team. And yet I will say to you, you are a straight beast. Absolute beast, and there was no denying you when you made that run in the end zone. So number 42, this is for your touchdown, my man. This one goes up on the board for you.
Hey, that's one of our linebackers, by the way.
I know, man.
Look, we've got some linebackers.
I think they're calling them. By the way,
plays.
I think they're calling them. Well, no, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to it in a minute.
We'll get there.
Let's do some receiving stuff.
We're gonna move to the receiving, like we talked about. Zy put up 242 yards in the air, and so his main target on Friday night was Mr. Sean Steens.
Bro.
Moved from number 82 to number 2, and boy, does that number 2 look fast on the field and dynamic. Sean Steens had 6 receptions. Go ahead.
One of those receptions, like, I thought for sure it was a one-handed grab, full stride, like I thought for sure it was, no offense, Zy, but I thought it was overthrown. And I didn't think, there's no way this guy's coming down with it. And he just gets stretched out for that thing, man, and does it so well.
Isn't that's such a huge comfort for a quarterback to know that, like, the ball doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. My receivers are going to go get it.
They're going to get it.
Now, I know that Zy wants to throw a perfect ball every time because that's
sure.
the kind of character and kid he is. But Steens showed up. He had 6 receptions, 122 yards. That's going to get you a sticker.
And I'm going to say Steens made Zy look good on that one.
Yes.
I hate to say it like that, but it's true. That was an incredible catch. Definitely highlight worthy.
But Steens is someone you can tell he's put in work over the summer, and he's elevated his game from last year. He was good last year. Like, Sean, you were a good player last year, but man, you've elevated that game another level, and that's really cool to see. 6 catches, 122 yards. That's a 20.3 yard per catch average.
Now, we reserve the right to add stickers.
And
we've said that. We may add an extra sticker, Mr. Steens, for a 20-yard average. That's a pretty good day, brother. That's a pretty good day.
and then he took those 6 catches, 122 yards, and he housed it not just one time, but 2 times.
Hit him up with 2.
So, Steens, you're getting at least 3 stickers on our board, and we may be feeling jolly and throw a 20.3 yard average out there as well.
I mean, for sure.
And so Sean Steens showed up big.
But he wasn't the only one. No, he was not the only one. And I don't know that we've called this name before. And so it's kind of fun to be able to call this name Ronald Bell Jr. I'm looking forward to getting to know you because, man, you were moving around. You were making plays. You were doing things your team needed. And specifically, you were doing one of the most important things. You're putting points on the board, number 13. And so you get a sticker on the board. Next time we're around, I need to shake your hand. That was some incredible plays there, Ronald Bell Jr. So there you go, my man.
And here's our second leading receiver. He had over 50 yards receiving.
53 yards.
So he had a good day. Yep. And so that's really cool to see our offense showing up. But listen, when our offense shows up, the defense will not be denied. So, hey, we need to talk about those linebackers, those linemen. Let's talk about some defensive stats.
Let's get into the defense. Okay, well, here's what we talk about, right? Every time we're looking at tackles, all kinds of tackles. We want to know tackles for loss. We want to know sacks. We want to know how many tackles you got. We're specifically looking for double-digit tackles as we get into this. And so I'm going to start off right at the very top, right? I'm going to start off with number 7. I love calling this kid's name because there's just no quit in this kid. His motor never stops. He is physical to the ball, right? He's always looking around. If there's something to be done, this kid is looking for a way to get it done.
Yes.
I love this kid. I love watching him play. And in this group, there is no shortage of plays, and yet somehow he always finds a way to stand out. Always finds a way to stand out. And so I'm going to give number 7, Grayson Stewart, for your double-digit tackles, my man. 10 of them, to be precise. You're getting a sticker. So there's your sticker right there. You're going to hit him up with another one, though.
Yeah, Grayson, we're not done talking about you, and we're not going to be done even after this. We might take a break and go to somebody else and come back to him. But hey, look, Grayson Stewart, not only did you have 10 tackles, but one of those was a tackle for a loss, which is a big deal, helping to stifle the run game. Look, Decatur was no joke. They're a good football team, and they have a very good running back who's going to TCU.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's a good running back. And so to bring him down in the backfield is no small task. And so, that's a big deal. These weren't, just a run-over team we were playing.
He chewed up some yards, and when you get a guy like that, who's got that capability, he's going to chew up yards. He's going to get some yardage. But our guys punished him. And made him think twice about putting that football in his hand. They put him to the ground.
And you could see by the end of the game, their running back was getting tired.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Our linebackers and our line was putting some hits on him. So, Grayson Stewart, you got one for the loss. Who do you got next?
I got Brandon Green Jr.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Number 9, 10 tackles for you, double-digit tackles for you, too. And this is just the beginning of your night. There are several stickers coming your way. You are all over the place, my man, like all over the place. So, double digits, it's for you, number 9.
Double digits. A tackle for the loss in the run game. Like this individual, you had a monster game. And like we said, this is just getting started. But like we said it, tackles for loss are a big deal. And you showed up in a big way, in big moments, and had big plays. And so Brandon Green Jr., we see you.
Yes, sir.
Little pun intended. We see you. We know what you're doing. We recognize that. Great job, Brandon.
You guys are going to hear that cheesy joke a lot over this year, I'm sure. So Brandon was also a part of this. By the way, I said we're going to get to this later, and this is probably a good space for it. This week I saw one of the parents call our captains, who, by the way, were all from the defensive side of the ball for this game, call that group of 4, he called them the Death Squad.
The Death Squad.
And I'm here for it. I love that. That's all year. That's it. That's going to stick for me.
They're the Death Squad.
It's the Death Squad, man. It is absolutely, you guys are an absolute wrecking crew. My favorite picture of the night came out from the next guy I'm going to highlight, where he has a guy on the ground, and he is absolutely, like, it looks like he's just given him the most vicious forearm that has ever been given to anybody in the world. I love that moment for so many reasons, but I love it because it comes on the heels of a sticker, right? So C.J. Miller, number 35, 10 tackles on the night, and one of my favorite tackles the whole night. So you get a sticker, my man. We're excited for seeing more of that.
I mean, it probably looked like he gave him the hardest forearm that any human has ever taken, because he probably did.
I think he might have.
but look, we said we were going to talk about this individual again. We talked about you on the offensive side of the ball, which is like, look, here's the reality. He is such a good athlete that I believe he could play almost any position he wanted to play. Look, Abram Greer, you had 10 tackles. You showed up in a big way. Like I said, our linebacking core was just phenomenal tonight.
Yeah. The defense as a whole, man.
Yeah.
Just, you guys played so well. You played good ball together. There were moments where you had to have stops. They came up with them. I mean, it's the stuff you want to see in a first game, and know that you can build on it and get even, which is hard to believe that these guys are going to get more, like, devastatingly good. But they are.
They're just going to keep getting better. They're just going to keep gelling. Hey, before we advance any, because we have a lot of defensive stats to talk about.
We do.
Should we take a break to hear a word from our sponsors?
Let's do that real quick. Hey, now we're back. Okay, listen, we're back with defense. We had to break defense up because there's so many good things to talk about.
So many stickers. The
So
Death
many.
Squad.
The Death Squad marches on, brother. Here we go. So number 9, we're coming back to you. I said we weren't going to be done with you. This is for that sack, that beastly moment. Oh my goodness. I mean, when I saw you come around the end, and I thought he has no clue. Quarterback has no clue, and he does now. He knows now.
He still might be asking who hit me so hard.
He might be asking what his own name is after that hit.
Yes, that was a hard blindside hit, just coming around, beating the left tackle.
I'll tell you, number nine hit him so hard that dude might still be trying to figure out his own name. Like he might have knocked it straight out of his brain. But hey, man, number 9, this is for you. That was an incredible sack, and so we put a sticker on the helmet for you.
Well, and part of what made that sack so incredibly special too was that it was done inside of the 10-yard line. Like Decatur was knocking on the door to score, and because of that sack, they had to end up settling for a field goal on that drive, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So that was a big play by Brandon Green Jr. Hey,
let's keep rolling with defensive stats. Yep.
Grayson Stewart, we're going to keep talking about you. You're going to get 2 stickers right here. We're just going to mention them all together. You had a pass deflection. Okay, so not only were you like punishing guys and hitting them hard and getting tackles for loss, you're breaking up passes.
And I noticed that last night. And I don't know if this has been an emphasis. While Grayson did get the pass deflection and he deserves that sticker, I noticed a lot of guys on the line trying to break up those passing lanes, jumping up and down, trying to make that quarterback think twice, alter his plan, scramble. I mean, anything to get him out of his normal routine. I noticed a lot of it. And yes. I don't know if that's a special emphasis this year or if it was just something that had been coached, but it is coached up in him for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So Grayson Stewart, you had the pass deflection, but you also, my guy, when they say the ball pops loose on the ground, you better go get it.
Yeah.
Grayson Stewart, you went and got that football. We talked about you have no quit in you. You're just going to pursue it. You're a ball hawk, and you showed that just all over the field. This one right here is for your fumble recovery. Grayson Stewart, phenomenal job.
And we're back to number 9. Back to number 9, right? Here we go. Mr. Green Jr., right? Number 9.
Yes.
You are one of the reasons our guys had 2 fumble recoveries on the day. And so you got into a play, you found that ball, you knocked it loose, and one of our guys picked it up. And this sticker is because you caused a fumble, and rightfully so. You deserve this sticker, my man. So you're putting one up on the helmet too.
Man, Brandon Green had a heck of a night.
Incredible night.
Hey, listen, one of our guys that went a little bit unsung, but we also know puts in a lot of work is Jamison Adams.
Heck yeah.
And I know that we're going to end up calling his name out a lot as the season goes on, but Jamison Adams, you had a fumble recovery, and so number 15, Jamison Adams, you're going to go on the board. You're going to get a sticker on the helmet that'll be at our tailgating spot, our parking spot. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to call your name a lot more this season. But Jamison, way to go get that loose football, brother.
And I mean, he's kicking. He had 6 tackles on the night. Like the kid was doing, like some of these others, just doing so much and doing it really, really well.
Yes.
I mean, 3 kicks for 111 yards with a 37-yard average. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. So I think those were punts. So. Man, it's good. This is all great. And so I guess I'm going to finish with the last caused fumble for number 32. Caitlin Brown, come on. We see you, my man. We see that. Jumped up in there, disrupted the play, caused a fumble, and as a result, you are helping your team, and this sticker goes on the helmet for you, my man. That's for you. There you go.
Man.
So should we transition?
Let's do it.
Want to go into a little, I don't know, special teams action?
Let's talk about special teams.
Let's talk about some special teams. If you don't perform well on special teams, it's going to cost you at some point. But if you do perform well, it can end in some pretty spectacular things. And we had some pretty spectacular things going on in terms of our special teams this week. And so do you want to talk which one do you want to talk about? You want to talk about this one?
Yeah, let me talk about this one.
All right, you do that one.
So I'm gonna start. Look, the kicking game is big. Right, the kicking game can swing momentum. So we talked about that in our episode 0, little prequel.
Yep.
About how when you aren't able to convert extra points, it can almost deflate your team and it can bring momentum to the other team. And Mr. Hinckley We see you. You were 5 for 5 on extra points. Michael Hinckley not giving away any points. We score the touchdown. We finish it off with the extra point. Like that is a big deal that we finish those drives with the special team well. And so Michael Hinckley, 5 for 5 on extra points. You're going to get your number up on that board. And so we see what you're doing in the extra point game. We see you getting those kicks off and getting them through the uprights. That's a big deal. But to not be outshadowed.
No. Listen, we're going to end strong. We're coming back to a name we've
real strong.
Settled real strong. I see what you're doing there. I saw, what was the squat? 600 plus pounds or something like that?
Oh, my gosh.
On this guy, like he squatted 600 pounds or more. Number 42.
This guy's squatting the bus.
Number 42, Abram Greer again,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Again. So listen, we tried to figure this out all week on how we were going to talk about this. And I'm just going to say it how it is. Whether it was on special teams or not, it doesn't matter to me. Number 42, that's an interception. That's an interception. Mm-hmm. On that 2-point conversion, that was an interception, my man. And not only was it that, it was an interception for a touchdown. Come on, man.
Right.
That was amazing.
He brought it back. I mean, like, I remember it. It's fourth quarter. Decatur is trying to get their last-minute touchdown. They're trying to get that 2-point conversion so they can close the gap to, what, I think a field goal at the time. Abram Greer said no. Mm-mm. No, not today. You don't get 2-point conversions on our death squad. And so he went for a death march.
And, he gave him a death blow.
He picked off that ball.
Yep.
And he just said, "Look, I scored a touchdown on offense. Might as well get a 2-point conversion on defense."
I should have looked at the yardage. I didn't look at the yardage, but it was
99 yards. He intercepted it at the 1-yard line.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it might have been on the 5 or the 6, but either way, it was a long run to the point at which my wife said he had to be tired afterwards. And my thought was, I don't think he cared how tired he was. Who cares? He just scored 2 points for his team. I don't think there was any concern about being tired. The guy's playing both sides of the ball. He's doing it very well at a high level. I mean, that was something to see.
And you know what's fun about that play too is not only is it deflating to the other sideline, he picks it off, takes it back. We get 2 points on their extra point try, and then our offense gets the ball.
Yeah.
Like, how deflating is that to another team? And so, Abram, like, we see you.
Yeah,
these kids showed up. These young men showed up and showed out on Friday night against what was the number 5 ranked team in the state. Mm-hmm. And, like, we jumped up in some rankings.
Yeah,
I know that people took notice and said, oh, maybe we got to put some more respect on the Coyotes' name.
Right, you think? I mean, how many times did they rate us below people we'd already beaten last year? But that's one of the things I appreciate about this coaching staff. What you did last year doesn't matter, right? It's who you are this year.
And they got them focused.
And they did get them focused. And it shows, and now week 2 rankings come out, and I think I think it was Dave Campbell's have us a 3rd.
I think it's Dave Campbell's. Max Preps has us 2 or 3. Like, and at the end of the day, I know the rankings aren't really whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do in November, December when it's win or go home time. And what I love is this team has a solid foundation, and they're going to keep building to get better, to get stronger, to be able to be ready for those games where they have to put it all on the line.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, as kids, you start. I think the temptation is to drink the Kool-Aid and start
Right.
reading your own press clippings and that kind of stuff. And what about the next play?
Yes,
that's all it is. It's just that you get through this play and then you get the next one. Mm-hmm. You get through that play, and then I like that, man. I like that mentality. I like that because it keeps the guys focused on what really matters. Mm-hmm. It's doing their jobs, and they did their job this week. They did their job, and they get a W.
If we didn't mention the score, it was 37-30 over Decatur. Anna wins 37-30. So like we've got a big game against Aubrey coming up on Friday, September 1st.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a big game.
Let's pack it out. Let's pack the house. Let's get everybody out there. I thought we had a great turnout for the first game. I'm looking forward to a similar turnout for this next game. Listen, Aubrey's going to want some revenge.
Yes.
And so we got to bring that support for these guys. So bring your bells, bring your noisemakers. Be ready to get energetic. We need to have a home field advantage, and so we need to bring the heat from the stands too.
Let's provide some of that energy. I mean, because really and truly, the energy from the crowd makes a difference. It does. It pumps up those young men
It makes communication harder. Faster. Like that's another side of it too. Yeah. Like communication for the offense, the opposing offense gets more difficult. Like that's big stuff. We've got to show up like that as fans. Mm-hmm. So it's been fun. First game was a lot of fun. We want to thank our team. put a great product on the field this
Yes.
last week. And as a result, we get to put a lot of stickers on the helmet. I hope you guys will come out and at least check that helmet.
We'll be tailgating at 5:30 again. So come tailgate with us and then hang out with everybody. Hang out with the community. Tailgate 5:30. And then let's go in there and let's cheer them on as they look to topple Aubrey again.
Yep. And with that, episode 1 is in the books. This is it. It's over. And this is how we end it every time. So on 3, go Coyotes. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes.